Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. I wanted to do an extra live stream because, as you might know, in our membership we've got the request poll. Members can request charts. Not an official part of the membership, but I try to cover as many as I can. You know, I can't always do it because it's it's busy, and the charts are doing. Some charts don't make it easy, you know, lots of changes, lots of volatility in the market. But yeah, I thought, you know, we did that a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, was very popular. So I thought, let's do another live stream, look at some of these requests. So what I will do, I will take a look at some of these most popular requests. And then also, in addition to that, take requests from the chat. And also, I hope, you know, you all enjoy your weekend. Hope you can all hear me, by the way. Let me actually double check that. It does say excellent connection here. And I double check. Yeah, should be okay. So yeah, thanks all for joining. Please hit the like button. That will allow more people to see the stream, but I expect it to be a quiet stream actually, because as you know, the market has been a little bit boring. Yeah, nothing really happening on a Saturday. Not much action in the market, but I think, you know, soon the market could become interesting again. Appreciate everybody who's still here, you know, and watching these streams, watching these videos while the market is taking a break. You know, Bitcoin has been taking a break for a few months now. Okay, you know, we had a little bit of up and down, but nothing really, you know, crazy. So feel free to ask your questions. Feel free to ask your questions. I will start with a couple of requests from our poll, and then I will take some requests from the chat. I think this is sort of, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes, maybe 60, probably not longer because I haven't had dinner yet. But sort of, yeah, let's see how far we get. And I will try to cover as many requests as possible. And also, you can obviously ask, 1 second, just double check something. So I just need to get something on the phone. 1 second. Yeah, okay, should be good. Please feel, you know, you can ask any other questions as well, you know, and I'll get to them. Okay, so what do we do? I've looked at the most popular, obviously, requests, sort of, and let's start with a couple of them, and then we'll jump to some chat requests as well. Obviously, first one was Ordy, O-R-D-Y, not Y-I. Will be interesting for a lot of people. Obviously, one of the charts that actually developed a nice 5-wave pattern to the upside. Actually, something that's really potentially impulsive. Topped here in what I consider a wave 1 in January. Then also here, a very, very long correction here. You can see this sideways correction that's been going on for a while now, and we have an A wave down, a high B wave, and this could be a C wave to the downside, not an impulse, but probably an ending diagonal. Movement to the downside looks fairly unfinished, so I would prefer one more low actually to possibly around about $24.50. That's also where a previous wave 4 ended. Does it need that one more low? No, it doesn't need it technically, but it seems probable given that the rally is corrective and given that we only have 3 waves down from that B wave top. So it could always be a WXY pattern, right? Then the low could be in, but it didn't even reach the 38.2 retracement in a wave 2. That seems a little bit too shallow for a wave 2. But yeah, overall, potentially bullish. Just would prefer one more low. Next one was HOPR. I don't even know how you call that. Hopper. We'll be quick with this one because this one is really just a very ugly, even though it moved up strongly, but it's a 3-wave move. So clearly a substantial top was formed here. I would call that the A wave. Looking at the smaller time frame, this was an ABC in wave A. And if you're aware of, you know, what sort of Elliott wave patterns and everything, then you might know that whenever we get an ABC top, the quality of the chart isn't great. That doesn't mean it couldn't be bullish. It just means that probabilities are a little bit, it's not very balanced. Okay, it's not very balanced. or no, it's actually balanced. The probabilities are actually balanced, not very clear, because literally anything could happen after an ABC top. Now, I give these coins the benefit of the doubt because most of these coins will tend to go with bullish structures as long as the overall situation in the crypto sector remains favorable. So this is now a support area between 5.2 cents and 9 cents. If from here a C wave starts, I'd be looking for the 100% extension. That's, not necessarily a prediction, but that's the first milestone target if the price forms a low in that region, 70 cents. When you have a chart like that, it might be reasonable to wait for the first 1-2 setup of wave C. C wave is a 5-wave move, obviously. Yeah, so let's cover a couple of requests from the chat. First one was Bohm. And I'm not going to go in sequence, so I will pick and choose because, we're a lot of people and it's just sort of a have fun request live stream. So we'll do a little bit of, be flexible here. Yeah, I mean, on the Bohm chart, and it's a chart that's a bit, 1 second, I actually need to move all of this across because the time has passed, or it shifted, I don't know. Time has passed here since then. So idea was and still is that this here could be a wave 2 correction. Problem, let me just tidy that up a little bit. Don't need all these subwaves here on this chart. Let's just label that together again. I think things might have changed, even though it's going in the right direction from a bullish point of view, but it's not going like structurally really as it should do. Problem with this chart is that it doesn't really have a clear start, right? It's these startup candles are super unreliable. I still give it the benefit of the doubt. This could be a 5-wave move up in wave 1. We had a 3-wave pullback. Could this be all of wave 2? Yes, but then the structure of the rally doesn't clearly suggest that we are in a 3rd wave rally, right? It would need to be a bit more impulsive. So it might just be this sort of corrective rally here. And I call that a WXY because even though I could now probably call it an ABC, it's the more likely pattern. A, B, C. And is that guaranteed? No. I mean, the trend is up currently short term. What we might want to use is trend line, even though they are not a great tool, but we can use them to understand when this local uptrend might be finished. I just see it looks a little bit like a corrective rally, right? You have all these overlaps here, and this could be a B wave rally, which would be an ABC itself, A, B, C, and probably the C wave itself, an ending diagonal. Doesn't give me much clarity. I mean, for a 3rd wave, definitely not strong enough. So I would have to probably at this stage even prefer that this is the white count. But yeah, tricky chart. I mean, from a strategic point of view, until we get the next impulse or 5-wave move up, there isn't a great setup unless we dip back into the main support region. It did, touch our support region. If you entered here, maybe just manage some risk. It doesn't develop at the moment the upside momentum I want to see. That's a warning, and I would say there's a good chance to get rejected here at 1.5 cents or 1.8 cents. This is, let me just double check that, AB. Yeah, this is sort of measured here. It's the A wave length compared to the B wave low, and then we get these Fibonacci extensions here. Let me double check that actually. Maybe we should just draw them again. Maybe it just shifted accidentally. A wave up, B wave down. Yeah, it did shift. Normally what we're looking for is the area between the 100% and the 161.8 extension. So somewhere here, yeah, okay. So the B wave could top somewhere in that region. And then a break below the trend line would be good signal that the C wave down has actually started. Maybe I even shift the question mark over here. So it just looks a little bit more likely that this is simply this is still like all of wave 2, right? Okay, so that's boom, book of meme. Then someone did Vchain requested from the chat. That's one I wanted to cover anyway. Let's take a look at Vchain. So Vchain, I prefer the yellow count, okay? So that we formed the 5-wave move up, very similar to some charts like Link or Dot. Got that 5-wave move to the upside here into the February highs, March highs, and this here could be a wave 2 pullback, a corrective pullback. Now it looks very corrective. So again, overlapping price action. So we are far away from any invalidation point, and I haven't got any confirmation that the low is in at this stage. So could still go a little lower. I would actually prefer, and that was sort of my last update as well, that in this correction, we test at least the 38.2 retracement at 3.18 cents before we continue the next move up. There's the white count, which is a bit more aggressively bullish short term, but I prefer the yellow count. Maybe it's even worth taking the white one out. I think it's confusing. So I focus on the yellow count here. It seems to be the more likely one. Wave 1 to the upside, wave 2 to the downside. It takes a break out of this corrective price channel to the upside to confirm that we have, to confirm that we've bottomed in a wave 2. And the third wave could then take us up nicely into the region around, what did we have here? Let me just double check that. Next upside targets for wave 3. We take the length of wave 1, go to the low of the wave 2. I'll just assume we might hit the 50% fib level just for calculation purposes. Should take us to around about 20 cents, this third wave here. Can always go a bit higher, right? But that would be ideal. Let's see. Sounds great, but obviously the market needs to confirm it. Movement to the downside looks corrective, so that's all okay. That means trend continuation to the upside is something we can currently watch for. Again, feel free to hit the like button. That would be amazing. It helps the channel a lot while we have this live stream run. And before I forget, this weekend I'm gonna send out the newsletter again. Some people ask me, does it cost money? No, it doesn't cost money. It's free. There's even going to be an analysis of a cryptocurrency in there, which I don't cover on YouTube. How can you get there? Well, just go to the website and go to resources, newsletter. I'm going to copy the link here into the chat room. Newsletter. So then you can just sign up here, and it probably won't come out before Sunday because it's been a busy weekend for me. I'll post a direct link. Then it's completely free, and if you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe. But there's a lot of value in there, a lot of content. Check it out if you're interested. Next one I wanted to cover was Pyth, the Pyth Network. This is also one chart that I've been following a few times now, a few months actually, and we also had a 5-wave move up. Initially, I was looking for a more aggressive 1-2-1-2 setup, but the second wave 2 wasn't validated, so it turned into a large 1-2 setup. Really the last chance for it to turn around in this region here. I've got 2 more support levels left. It's possible that the downside is complete and that we've bottomed here on the 19th of May in wave 2. Then this here would be another local 1-2 setup, and it has a chance to use the orange support region to rally, possibly to 67 cents next, which could be a target for wave 1 of the larger third wave. Again, also here we need to move it to the right because the chart moves on, time moves on, but we didn't really get much more movement, just sideways. It's important that, just shift that to the right here a little bit more. It's just important that if we've already bottomed, that the orange support region is holding. That's 38 cents. any break below 38 would make most likely the structure break, this local 1-2 setup, and then we're heading down to 31. Pyth is one that I cover quite frequently in our membership for gold members. Not so much on YouTube because it's not so popular really. But there's a decent setup here. I mean, it just hasn't really shown much of upside momentum, but there's a 3-wave move down deep into support, and 38 cents is the nearest support level. Let me actually check if there are any questions not related just to charts. Just see if there's anything. No, I think only chart requests, only coin requests. That's fine. Someone's asking for subtitles in German. No, there are no subtitles. I can hit here live in German, so they are going to be provided by YouTube once the stream is finished. I think there are no live subtitles for live streams. Okay, next request I did get was BlockX. Well, there aren't really any reliable patterns here. It's not a great chart anyway. Okay, you could say it maybe looks corrective to the downside, but all this triple bottom structure, it's not great. It indicates weakness. There's a descending triangle on this chart, and I mean the main support level is 8 cents. Okay, so if you're looking for long positions, I mean the 8 cent level would be key to hold. It's uncertain what happens below that. There's no reliable pattern. You could call it maybe an ABC structure, but then the C wave should go down lower. Certainly no bullish setup. I mean, this is sort of how I would see this chart: AB, and then maybe the C wave down. The most bullish option I would see is actually A, that the B wave is still unfolding, and then we get a C wave down, because this here, I will put that onto the chart in yellow. This could be an A, and then sort of the B wave somewhere here, and then we get a C wave rally from there. But that's highly speculative. We don't have that lower time frame setup that would suggest that wave C of B has started. That would be you can call that a dead cat bounce or something, trap. Because there's nothing clearly bullish on this chart. So that's best count I can give you for this. Then I've just seen that in the chat, and was also requested in the poll. That was Atlas, Star Atlas. I kind of like the chart because it did provide a 5-wave move up. And now after the first larger correction, this is the first decent correction we've had since the beginning, you could say, of the bull run. And it's now all about, okay, can the chart hold support at 0.002? So we're far away from that level. The move to the downside can technically be called complete, but it's possible that this fourth is still unfolding. Yeah, I think actually it might need one more low. Might just need one more low, maybe to test 0.00318. Because it hasn't generated any upside momentum. Also is sort of trying to bottom in the middle of nowhere. Well, it's around the area of the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. So that is typically an area where, typically you would say a wave 2 can finish, or a B wave pullback. It's also previous structural support. But I would prefer, based on what I see right now, that there's going to be one more low, and then we'll see if there is a reaction to that level. 0.00318. But no change to the chart. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It dipped into the support region, just no upside reaction. I've seen Brett was requested quite a few times. I'm not going to do Brett because Brett is going to be a chart that I'm going to look at tomorrow in our member live stream as one of the topics there. I did put a chart exercise out for members, and people could send in their charts, so I will, let's say, go through them in tomorrow's live stream. So Brett is going to be tomorrow in the member live stream, so can't do that today. Further requests were Ocean. Ocean is a chart which still seems to be caught in a range here in this wave 4 correction potentially. Support is all the way down to 47 cents. We also have some support at 58. So somewhere in this region, I think if we get one more low, then this C wave of wave 4 should finish. It's possible that wave 4 already finished. We already reached the support region, okay? There has been a reaction, but the reaction was quite weak. And you see all this overlapping price action and no real strong upside follow through. So the white scenario shows how actually, by the way, the market got rejected in the resistance area here a few times. The white count shows how the next upside could look like, but it's not high confidence what it's doing here. Important is if the bulls take the lead here, then there's one level that must hold, which is 78 cents. Below 78, it's confirmed that we should get this C wave to the downside into the direction of 58 cents, maybe 47. But overall, still bullish against 47 cents. Then let's check one more request here from the chat. Arweave was requested. Arweave is potentially interesting. I did have that tab open already. My view is, I mean, this decline, yeah, it's obviously long-term downtrend, all-time low and everything. So there's no point analyzing this. We have to look at the potential uptrend here. And it seems to be working on a fifth wave here currently. Now, that's very late in the cycle, because you would expect that after 5 waves up, we get a wave 2 correction or like a 3-wave move down, which would be an ABC pattern. Question is it going to hold wave 2 support? I'm sure it's going to be very late in the cycle. You know, a lot of coins are now deep in wave 2 support. Good example that all coins are moving in their own individual patterns, but not sure, even though we get 5 waves up, if that support is going to hold. Could be that it's now working on this 5th wave for the next few weeks, maybe months, and then I don't know, you know, if it's gonna do another run afterwards. So I'm just saying it's out of sync with many other coins. So this might be the last rally up. I don't know, you know. Where could it take us? Next target $57, okay, but likely 67. That's the 100% extension of the wave 1 and the key target for a 5th wave. Further extensions are always possible, and if we get further extensions here around 105, I mean $100, or let's call it 95, which is the top roughly of November 21, and 105 is a key fib level, so there's going to be some resistance up there. Let's see, we might get an extended 5th wave. I'm not sure if it's going to hold a wave 2 correction. My comment is only about it's very late in the cycle to put a 5th wave in, where a lot of coins have either done that already, right? Yeah, they're just sort of in different structures. Let's see how that goes. So Luca asked, is there going to be an alt season? Well, my view is, because a lot of coins have started a correction either end of the year 2023 or in March this year, and this correction is still unfolding. So this correction, which might still be, or is still unfolding clearly, I mean the markets currently are correcting most of these coins, that the next rally could really be a FOMO rally. And I think it might catch a lot of people off guard. And that could be the alt season. I mean, it's difficult to say. But Bitcoin dominance is currently in resistance. And many coins are due a bounce or a rally, right? Like, for example, DOT, Vchain, AVAX, for example. And they could output a lot of these larger cap cryptos. And they could then obviously outperform Bitcoin. That would also drive down Bitcoin dominance. So we'll see. But if an altcoin season happens, well, ideally from the current price regions. Okay. AVAX was requested as well. Well, I made a video yesterday about it. Did get a request for LDO. Which is potentially interesting. So far doing what is supposed to be doing. We had here a pullback in what could be a wave C of 2. Then started to form 5 waves to the upside in what could be wave 1 of the next rally to the upside. By the way, that could take us into the $10 region potentially. Yeah. Because it's the 1.38 extension of the initial rally. It's typically a target for the third wave. So $10 region here for this third wave. Possible, not guaranteed. It will depend on the bull's ability to hold support in the next deeper pullback. That pullback might have started. I talked about it. 5 waves up, already visible from the May low. That's good. That means we can add some support levels on the chart. Which I did. A wave, possible bottom. B wave might have topped actually. And the C wave could be unfolding now. Especially if we break the trend line and sustain there, that would be a good signal that the C wave down has started. And then support is between $1.70 and $2.15. $1.70 obviously needs to hold to uphold a, let's say, bullish perspective here. So that's LDO. ICP, I made a video today on ICP. I don't think there's a need to check that. Eold was requested a few times. Let's see what Eold is actually doing. And by the way, if you don't know yet, I also publish charts, updates, signals on Twitter, X. There are a lot of these updates, well, all of these are actually in our gold membership. Some of them, few of them are also updated or published on Twitter, on X. So if you want to get these in addition to, you know, a lot of other stuff, then also check out X. By the way, tomorrow, I am going to publish a video on Coty. The winner of the poll will publish a video on Coty and probably near, maybe 2, here on X, only on X. So feel free to check it out. It's worth following us there as well. Just want to decentralize a bit, you know, and I'll put a link also here into the chat room in case you might have difficulties to find it. Just helpful to have different channels of communication in case something happens, you know. So Eold, bit disappointing, bit sad. Bit sad, this chart at the moment. I'm not convinced we've bottomed there. Really not convinced. I show here with this wave count how it would look like. Yeah, we would need a third wave to $62. Fifth wave to 68. But no clear low in place there at the moment. Might have bottomed in wave 2, but it just screams for one more low possibly. Important is that in any pullback, it's actually holding $29. Below that level, the bullish outlook will be, will become far less likely. So this is the area where ideally I'd like to see a reversal either from here or after one more low. And then, I mean, it could, I mean, I don't even want to talk about that as so far away. But if this is an A, B, C, I mean, we talk about the area $430 plus. Again, I don't believe that until I see further evidence, but structure looks similar to, let's say, maybe DOT to a degree, just a little bit weaker even. And looks similar to maybe AVAX, but also a little bit weaker. So, bit disappointing so far. I don't believe the yellow count. Absolutely not. It just shows you what's technically possible. But I would say if we get a rally, then at the latest after the C wave, it will probably finish. We'll see how that goes. Certainly hasn't really been bullish since December. And there's no sign of a low in place. Before I get to another request from the chat, it was also requested for me to take a look at Injective. Also very slow at the moment. I still see the possibility for one more high in wave 5, at least one more high. It's possible that on the larger time frame, this entire rally is an ABC structure. After the C wave, the top could be in, and might just need one more high to. I mean, the next fib level is $52. It already did get rejected there in March. The next larger degree one is $127. I think it's quite likely to get there. This is the support region. Again, also here might give us one more low. But this is the main region against which I focus on higher still. Good reward to risk ratio, but also like similar to many other coins, no sign that the low is in place. It could have bottomed here on the 13th of April, but I just need more upside momentum. It's unclear. It seems to be caught in some kind of a B wave range or something. Certainly not convinced. I mean, in this yellow count, we could get another low. In the white count, we might have bottomed, but there's no clear pathway to it. Yeah. No clear pathway. And yeah, let me just add the wave 4 with a question mark there. Lot of sideways noise, just range bound sideways movement. The initial resistance that the price needs to overcome, let me double check that. Yeah, it's basically between $28 and $42. This is going to be the initial resistance area to overcome for us to start looking towards 51, 52, possibly towards the $100 region. Okay, there's a question about Pro-P. Don't actually know if I've got that chart. Oh yeah, remember I did cover that before, but it's been a while. Best to take a look at. I mean, this is an AB. Okay, let's take a look at that chart again from scratch. Certainly doesn't look great. I can tell you that. 3 waves down. The problem with a chart like that is, where do you start counting? Do you consider this, But then if you use the startup candle, you don't have any. I don't know. It looks so much like a 3-wave move up to me. I mean, you can't really clearly interpret 5 waves into this. So problem is, you have a 3-wave move up with an unclear start. So you don't really have anywhere to measure from. Very difficult structure. Don't think there's anything reliable. The most bullish count I could offer is, did we say, but even that, I mean, then we would have to call this a wave 1, which is unreliable. So maybe the current pullback is a wave 4, but then it would be a wave 4 in a diagonal. So we have to allow for the 61.8 fib level to be tested. Definitely not a great chart. Definitely not a clear chart. To get one more high, it should hold $1.04. But that's speculative, because the chart history, in my opinion, is not clear, not reliable. Ocean Atlas, I covered all these. Arweave, I covered. Iotex was recovered, not recovered, requested. Okay, so Iotex, might have bottomed here in wave 2. I've got 2 support areas on the chart. It's just a bit difficult to say which one it is, because we have the possibility for a more accelerated 1-2, 1-2 setup. I don't believe that. I think this is the larger degree wave 2. We might have started the third wave rally already. There's a good reward to risk ratio here on this chart, but I'm skeptical, because considering the length of the wave 1, to call all of this wave 2, I don't know, it's not really substantial enough, that wave 2, to be reliable. It didn't even, yeah, I don't know. It's probably more likely, might just be an ABC structure. So let me call that onto the chart. But basically, it's all about, okay, is this already the wave 2 low? Well, if it is, then the last low must hold. So you have a very clear stop, right? At basically 4.4 cents. What I think, the way this looks, it might just be an A, B, C. Definitely worth considering discount, even if it's just for risk management purposes. Because within the B wave, then we had an initial rally in 3 waves. Wave B down, C up. And it also tells us that I need to see 5 waves up to really believe that we've bottomed. This is only a 3 wave rally. Resistance. Is this between 6.5 cents and 7.9, so it might still stretch a little higher. And if we get 5 waves above 7.9 cents, then we have a good confirmation that the low is in already. But it's one of the charts that has provided a possible 5 wave move to the upside from the August lows 23, and could continue to grind higher. Again, don't really focus too much on the long term. I don't believe that. Also not sure if it's going to do that in this bull market. Probably not. But could definitely perform quite well. The question is just, is the low already in or not? And if I'm looking at the structure, I think it's speculative to assume the low is already in. Looks more like an ABC. But if it gets 5 waves above resistance, the low might be in. Then let's take a look at Filecoin. Was requested a few times in the chat. Filecoin, there's no change to my last update, which suggested we could get another, or should get another low actually, based on this wave count. I just see this, see the triangle there on the chart in purple, which I'm calling a wave 4 triangle, with possibly another low to come in wave 5. Oops. Fourth wave triangle with one more low to come in wave 5. From there, we could then see a recovery and a rally in wave C to the upside. Might even be possible from here, but I need minimally a break above $6 and let's say 45 to believe that we've actually bottomed there. So quite weak. Quite weak. Like the old crypto. I mean, it hasn't really done anything since the 13th of April, roughly. Yeah. Then Jupiter was requested. Also looks a bit more like at the moment it looks a little bit more like a B wave rally here as well. I did put it onto the chart already, maybe one more low You see, the momentum of the initial rally is very different to what we see right now. I mean, again, also here, just corrective upside movement. It would need to fill in those here for me to believe that we've bottomed there really. I mean, there's not much, there's not enough upside momentum. But if you want to take a directly bullish perspective, I think the key level here it needs to hold is at $1. that really needs to hold. Because it could be working on this third wave there in a diagonal pattern. Okay. Yeah, so sets, sorry, I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. Thank you very much. Yeah, turbo, we can take a look at turbo. Just not sure if I have a chart. Let me just open that. Yeah, this turbo. Bit of an unreliable chart. I see it possibly as a large ABC structure. So from that September low, A wave up, B wave down. The C wave is likely an ending diagonal. So we have a wave 1 completed, wave 2 completed. The third wave probably still in the making. Could get a few more upside squiggles, but could be nearly done. It did enough. And then a fourth wave support is currently between 0.002 and 0.048. I'd be looking for one more high here to 1.4 cents and 2.1. You can always go higher, but with the chart history we have, you can't really look out further. This chart is likely going to change a few times, but the nearest support area is this one. In terms of upside continuation, I mean, it's the last swing low. That's the nearest support at 0.055. So wave 3 can still stretch high against that, but the top might be, and I mean, it did enough to the upside to call it complete. I think we might get one more high. And then Myoll. Let's see. That's a difficult chart to deal with. It's not pretty. Might have bottomed there in a wave 2, but I think that's sort of a bit of hopium. Also, the momentum isn't really strong enough for a third wave, but it might be. It did hit the support region. Yeah. I'm just considering if there's something else that's maybe more reasonable in terms of a wave count. Thing is, in the white count, this wave 4 was very deep. Okay, but possible. Yeah, we'll have to, I mean, not really anything reliable, I'd say, but the only support level I can offer for upside continuation, I mean, if this is the fifth wave up, it should get above the third at least. I mean, 45 cents plus. In terms of target for the yellow count, I mean, it actually points towards 239, but that's too strong for the fifth wave. Way too extended. Don't believe that. So don't really have a good read on this chart. I'd say pay attention to the 45 cent level, and above that the next level is at $1.20. It's just unclear at this stage if it's a fifth wave that's unfolding right now or the larger third. if it's a third, it should get to $8. Don't know, can't really. It's a bit unreliable. And the key level to watch, the nearest support is the 50% fib level here. It's just a warning that it breaks if we get below that level, 19 cents. Yeah. But yeah, not much more clarity beyond that. So maybe let's just do yeah, till it's now 5:47. Let's do till 6, so I'll do a few more. And let's see, FTM was requested. Phantom, to me, looks like a recent B-wave top here. But the move down is also only in 3 waves, so can't really confirm that this C-wave down has started. But at the moment, it seems probable that we will go a little bit lower. Just because we have a 3-wave rally. I can't rule out one more high maybe in this B-wave. That actually seems quite likely. If I label it like that. A wave up, B wave down, and then the C wave might need one more high. But if there's a break below this 64-cent level, I assume we are in the C wave down and we'll test the support area again. Definitely nothing clearly bullish here at the moment in the short term. Then Jasmi. Oh, by the way, maybe I should put a resistance area here on the Phantom chart. The standard resistance is between 84 cents and $1.04. Yeah, and then Jasmi. Oh, perfect. Yeah, so Jasmi formed that one more high, broke out of the triangle to the upside, and could indeed have completed now 5 waves in the 5th wave of the 3rd wave. So all I'm waiting for now is a signal that the larger degree 4th wave has started. The initial top signal level here can be moved up actually. Let me see. So this did what it needed to do. Support for the main wave 4 is here between 2.2 cents and 3.1. So there should be a larger correction in this wave 4 that matches this wave 2. And it could have topped, right? It might have topped here. Just would like a break below 3.3 cents. That's more, that would be yeah, that's probably the earliest signal, a break below 3.3 cents that we've started this 4th. So no surprises here on this chart, good performance, reacted to this main support area, and it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. This is 3rd wave behavior. The wave count is now full. That doesn't mean we have topped. It takes minimally a break below 3.3 cents. That's, yeah, indeed that we've topped. So it's good. Okay, I just need some some water. Okay, so I guess we've got around 10 more minutes. Then we already have done an hour. So there was, okay, Hbar. Hbar also has turned extremely slow after we had this news-driven pump. When that happened, I warned about that news-driven pumps are often just ending in three-wave structures, and surprise, it did. Yeah. So difficult to read because of that move up, but first assumption would be wave 2 could have bottomed here, and this is already a third wave. It doesn't look like a third wave at the moment. I think reflecting on the structure, yeah, difficult to say. There are two support areas. I mean, the micro count, I don't really care about it. It's I don't know exactly what it's doing, but 8.3 cents is the support for this here as a B wave. And below that level, 4.7. 4.7 cents is really the important support level, because anything below that, there's nothing really bullish anymore about this chart. And the last rally was in 3 waves, so it's either an A wave in white, in the white count, and we could move up, but then need to hold 8.3 cents. Certainly not a 5-wave move, which would give us some clarity. Or it's a B wave, an overshooting B wave. And then we're actually in this wave 2 still. Both counts, I'm still looking for higher. It's just no signal at this stage that the low has formed. Okay. Okay, next one is Sui. So Sui broke above the local trend line here. Let me actually shift all of that to the right here. So slow this market at the moment. I mean, takes a lot of patience at the moment in this market. Yeah, I mean, what are we dealing with here? I mean, I think I prefer the white count that we've bottomed here in wave 2. But that requires proving. Take out the microstructure. It's also possible that, like on many charts, we just form here a larger wave 2 correction. So both bullish, however, against 53 cents. It's possible that we're forming a larger ABC. Yeah. Then we are likely in the C wave of the B wave and could top somewhere around $1.40 before we come down. So either way, as long as, very simple, as long as the 89-cent level is holding there, it should get actually at least to 100% extension of the A wave. So at least to round about $1.38. It's very clear. Okay, it's the 100% extension. There it has a good chance to finish off wave B. So if you are long or anything, be aware there could be it's a critical juncture there. Key pivot. Breaking above it could send us to 177 in the white count next. But overall, a possible 5-wave move up. So I'm looking generally for higher prices. Yeah, Dippy, I read your comment. I mean, yeah, a lot of these coins are just experiments, yeah. But yeah, the utility doesn't necessarily make the prices. Some of the charts with the best use case perform quite poorly. That's unfortunately the problem. It's all about hype driven and sentiment and everything in the crypto market. So just get the dog here who's wagging his tail, you might hear. Don't know what's going on there. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so he's gonna go. It's gonna go again. Okay, let's do. So yeah, news are not making prices. I mean, that's just a fact, basically. So it's all about sentiments, just hype. More in crypto than anywhere else, really. It's all hype driven because there's not really there are no fundamentals in crypto that are in any way like tested concepts or anything like cash flow in more traditional markets. You don't have that. It's not like no valuation of a company. So it's all based on tokenomics, use case, and very flawed concepts. They are all made by market mood and sentiment. So the utility doesn't matter so much. It's all about the hype that's generated on Critter. Yes. Okay. So, but again, you know, some coins like dog with hat. You know, what's the use case? I have no idea. It's a meme coin, but still, the chart is nice. You know, it's formed a nice impulse to the upside. So, I don't really care about the use case, utility, fundamentals. The chart is clear and gives you clear parameters. That's it. That really matters for trading, whether it's short-term trading or larger degree swing trader. Nah, got a Swiss Shepherd, Casey, and a wolf dog. Got two dogs there. Maybe there's gonna be a dog reveal one day. Okay. Link, question about link. Let's do a couple more. But I have to get some dinner, so can't do longer than 6 or 6 UTC, whatever time zone that's for you. After 60 minutes of analyzing, normally the brain is pretty much fried. I would now start to assume that this fourth wave has started. I mean, it did break below that level, but didn't sustain there, so I'm not entirely sure yet. I did use that red line here as signal level that the larger pullback has started, but it didn't sustain there. It's literally just a wick below that level. So I think we need to keep an open mind. We might get one more extension, but for now, I'm watching if this fourth wave has started and is unfolding possibly as an A, B, C structure. Support is unchanged from the last update. I might shift it slightly higher. $14.67, yeah, is now support. And did Jasmi is done, Sui is done. Let's do one more. And let's do, okay, Ari. I don't know what Andy is. Let's try Andy. I haven't looked at it. It would be a coin for me to just give you an assessment based on well, me just looking on the chart at the chart for the first time. Andy. There's always a challenge to find the chart with the longest history. You know, normally it's Gate.io. Okay. Okay. I mean, it's too late to get in anyway, I guess. This is only like based on a quick assessment of the chart now. So this could be 1. Probably 2. This then looks like 3, 4. I mean, we're probably in 5, right? Just thinking, this would be one scenario. In this scenario, it's just all about, okay, what are the key levels where it could sort of finish? The thing is, I don't think that's the wave count actually, unless it really stops here. So it would need, it needs to, if this is the count, I would like it to finish exactly here at 1.3 cents, but not entirely sure about it because there's no sign of it stopping. So what it might actually be, rather than a 5-wave move up because of the extended 5th wave here, it might be rather an A, B, C structure, which could then stretch to 1.9 cents or 2.9 or even 3.7 in a C wave. I don't have a reliable micro count there, so that's not really clear to me. Basically what it means, it can push higher against nearest support, and then would be a C wave. It would turn into a C wave at some point. It could be something different. It's just a short. The chart history is very limited. I mean, it just started in May, so it doesn't really give us much clarity, this chart. I'd say nearest support is here this swing low at 0.0075. If that level breaks, we might have a more substantial top. So there's really not much more I can say. Okay, now I have to say this. Okay, let's just do that one more. Thank you, Stefan. GME. And I guess you mean the GME coin. Which is probably in a fourth wave, I'd say. Yeah. One, two, three. That's a deep 4, but at least you have some levels to watch. Also, obviously, very limited chart history. So ideally, it's holding. Ideally, it's holding the 50% fib level at 0.028. No sign a low is in place. Below 0.0018, I would assume it's failed and it just topped in an ABC structure or something. Yeah, I'm not sure about the micro, but this is the support region, and I think there could be one more high in 5. Yeah, but I have to go now. Hour is over. You can never cover all requests, unfortunately. It's just what it is. Hope you still enjoyed it. And thanks all for joining despite the slow market. And, you know, I'll do these again regularly. So feel free to check it out. To be notified about these public live streams, I do post it always on X, Twitter. So make sure you follow us here. I'm going to copy the link once more into the chat room. So you're always up to date. Also, if we plan a live stream or something. And this will also be announced in the newsletter, which you can join with this link. It's also completely free. And the newsletter will come out probably tomorrow. There'll be another TA in there and all sorts of other stuff. So feel free to check it out. Thanks all for joining. Appreciate all your support and enjoy the rest of your day and the Sunday. Thank you. Bye.